New content? Whoa, hold on.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
What does it mean, Mr. Narrator? Can I? Uh-oh. Where?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Hello.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Really?
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Oh.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Interesting. This is my first time though.
Step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
You got the narrator back, huh? No new narrator. What do we got up in here?
So far, it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Yeah.
Is it broken? What's
That's
going
what
on
I'm
here?
thinking.
Should we be moving somewhere? Or, oh, there we
No,
go.
we're moving.
All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Well, this will be my first time with the new content, brother. So that's my first time for everything.
Say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
You want content, brother? I'll give you the content. All right, look, we got the jump circle. We can jump.
All right.
Wait.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
I can jump! Oh my god! Woo! Now we can't really jump that high. That means I'm just not gonna be able to jump anymore. 3, 2, 1. I want to say my jump for something though, but no. I mean, I can only jump in there.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Maybe, bro. Who knows? Maybe we got new endings and you just don't know about it, and then you're just gonna randomly start speaking. Oh, that's never happened before.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
I mean, the jumping's nice,
if this is
bro.
new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Okay. Oh. What? No. What? What? I didn't press it though. What is this? I didn't even press it. I just freaking resetted me. Why does that look so weird when I go in there, bro? Some eyes just whoosh. Yeah, I feel like we're actually gonna go in there. Oh, so.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Hold on, brother. Yeah, that's the normal way. I ain't going that way. What's in here? We asked Mr. Narrator. Coughing screwdriver. Narrator.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Oh. Yo. Hold on. I'm excited, Mr. Narrator. Oh.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Interesting, man. Oh my gosh, the Memory Zone. I see you, Mr. Narrator. Hold on.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
I mean, I haven't played this before, so this first time. Man, there's a memory lane. This is it right here. All those I have played in the past. The original remake. Buy on pressurized gas. Let's begin again. Well, and then you're probably showing me some freaking endings I don't know about. You trip down memory lane. Smile because it happens. Stanley test. $1 is all I got. Demonstration. Begin a demo. Options. Unachievable. Impossible to get this achievement. Don't play for 5 years. Go outside. Is that actually an achievement, bro? Nominee. Brit video game releasing today. I wonder if we can come back here and we're just gonna get every single ending that we end up getting. And they're just gonna show up there. Bench! Let me on the bench. Is this copyright?
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now, a lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
I am not saying an elevator for an hour, bro. Minecraft. The door opening Minecraft. Yeah, I'm not supposed to do this yet, but you know, we're here. Got so much.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
Let me remove these boxes so I can see whatever's on out there in the serious room. What do you want me to go back? These were simpler times, Stanley. I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Well, you were talking earlier, but I didn't hear you, bro. Glitched, or did I? Come here too fast.
Oh no, oh god no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Yeah, nothing toxic about it. Nothing. You know, let's look at
I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Oh my goodness, and we are literally playing the Deluxe now. I haven't even fully completed the game. We got some new content right here, man. What does that say? Nothing is just not recommended. Unfortunately, man, but you're always gonna have them. I had one earlier.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
It's okay, Mr. Narrator. I like you.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Yeah.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable.
Narrator.
That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
You want a skip button? Okay, skip button we will have. Oh. I was
And here
gonna
it is.
try and see
Go
if
ahead
I
and give
found.
it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices are what has to be, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. But the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story didn't...
Skipping. It's just repeating it over and over and over and over.
You see, you were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their pressurized gas review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on how exactly pressurized gas works. Perhaps that would have been a smart thing to check on before...
Yeah, later.
Welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes?
Dude, there's no way you can just sit through this whole thing and just let it talk
there's really
the
only
whole
so much I
time.
can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
Yeah.
I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. Stanley!
Yeah,
please
what's
don't
up?
push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Has it?
You've just been frozen there. I don't
No,
know why
I was here
scenes
the
are
whole
getting
time.
longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. And my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone.
Yeah, I see that.
I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door.
Don't worry, I'll make sure there's a door.
You're back. You're back. Oh my goodness.
What's up, bro?
I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week.
Has it?
Or 2 weeks.
God
I've been sitting
damn,
here
bro.
all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing.
Yeah.
Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't
Maybe.
that feel like what we've already been doing?
Mr. Narrator?
Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so
Really?
much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have
God
you ever
damn.
sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you.
That is,
To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single...
listen, bro. Hey, you Narrator, you good? Narrator? Are you over there? So Narrator, look, dude, I know I paused and you've been talking for 20,000 years, but like, you there? Apparently you're still alive, right? Ah, the freaking fire alarm's going off. Narrator, what'd you do, man? Narrator, where are you, man? I
But
know
they
you're still
didn't
here.
understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First,
Yeah, you are a little bit talking to my brother, Narrator.
the end is never the end, 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 is
Alright,
never
Mr.
the
Narrator.
end, is never the
I'll come
end,
back,
is
bro.
never the-
Narrator? How you doing, man? Oh, it's raining now. Don't make me drown you. Narrator! Where are you? He rage quit. Only took him 5,100 million years. Mr. Narrator. How's it looking out there, brother? You know, this thing just freezes us in time. It's like we're basically immortal. As long as no other human just interacts with us and kills us while we just stay here, frozen in time. Oh my goodness. Mr. Narrator, you might have some new friends soon. Getting beautiful out here, man. Mr. Narrator, I think your friends died. Mr. Narrator? Do you know what's happening out there? Since when did this turn into a horror game? Wow! My gosh, dude. The giant slayer freaking show up or something, man? Button don't work no more. Where are we? Ah! So bright. Ah, why is it so hot, man? Ah, I don't like the heat. I'm stuck here forever. I don't see nothing down in the horizon. All I see is freaking heat waves, bro. Narrator! Where are you? You escaped. Why didn't you bring me along, Mr. Narrator? And I'm back. Mr. Narrator, how are you?
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
The hell is that noise? Okay, well then, ladies and gentlemen, I think that I'm gonna be a good spot for us to end there now. We basically a lot of new content, but maybe it's back again. New content.
Oh, good.
Yeah, man.
You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Yeah, that'll be until the next one, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, peace.